Hello friends, this is Cauldron back with Mass Effect. I am becatted right now. There's a cat on my lap and he usually doesn't stay here when I play. I have to kind of tweak my sitting style so that he can stay here, but if you hear me distracted, it's because he's shoving his butt in my face, which he's doing right now. What a good boy. Let's look at where we are. So last time we had that amazing conversation with the Queen. I love that. That was my favorite. I actually I tweeted to some friends that how much I love the Benezia part, but it was actually, it's funny, the Benezia part was fine, it was the Queen part that really made it. The Rachni Queen and getting that whole perspective on her, that her people were kind of got a bad rap because something was corrupting them, something was that, whatever they called it, was altering the color for them. It's one of these moments that like expanded things, that really changed my perception of, because I knew that there's bigger stuff lurking in the background. I knew that there's the Reapers and that it's not just Saren trying to conquer the universe, but it seems like it's possible Saren might be like in service of something now, because I don't think it was Saren who made, because the Rachni War was a while ago, and I don't know how long the Turian live, but actually we can check that. Council races, Turians.
Roughly 1,200 years
how long do they live?
Turians were invited to join the Citadel Council to fulfill the role of galactic peacekeepers.
Doesn't say, at least that I could see right there. So maybe, let me know if it says, but I assume they're going to be like humanoid length. They're not like 1,000 years old. So that makes me think that Saren is like in service of something, rather than like the big bad himself. We'll see. Anyway, we got some equipment. What do we get? Ooh, 8. We're starting to get 8 stuff. Energized weave. I really wish it showed you what this does here. Like if it highlighted it and it showed in the right, like energized weave increases armor or whatever it is. That would be much better. All right, armor. That's right, survivor sucks. No, I'll hold on to it just in case. But then, no, I think we're good. Okay. Oh no, the weave. I want to check the armor. It wasn't the armor itself. It was shield modulator. This toxin resistance. Yes, if I'm fighting potentially more Rachni. I think we're done with them for now. But if we're fighting any more, then this will be useful. What was that energized weave? Shield recovery and hardening. We'll stick with medical interface for now.
Faster than Sovereign is the flagship of the rogue Spectres Saren. An enormous dreadnought larger than any other ship in any known fleet, it is crewed with both Geth and Krogan. At 2 kilometers long, its spinal-mounted main gun is likely capable of penetrating another dreadnought's kinetic barriers with a single shot. How Saren acquired this incredible warship is unknown. The prevailing opinion is that Sovereign is a Geth construct, while others believe it is a Prothean relic. Its design, however, hints at a more alien and mysterious origin.
That's what I'm saying.
The attack on Eden Prime demonstrated Sovereign's ability to generate mass effect fields powerful enough to land on a planetary surface. This implies it has a massive Element Zero core and the ability to generate staggering amounts of power.
That smells like a final dungeon if ever I heard one. And by the way, I say that if I knew there was Mass Effect came out like 10 years ago and there was no Mass Effect 2, I would be much more inclined to think that Saren was just kind of on his own doing his own thing. But especially because like there's Mass Effect 2 and 3 and Andromeda, and apparently there's Mass Effect 4 in the works. Like very in the works. Like I think it's like, or very, very early in the works from what I understand. But that's a thing that's being worked on. Makes me think that in combination with all the other evidence that he's just kind of one thing of many, or like a harbinger, or someone in service to like some evil greater thing. I don't know if it's evil even, but like if it's corrupting the Rachni, it sure sounds evil.
The sooner we are off this frozen world, the better.
Yeah, that was traumatic for you. I have to remember to go and talk to all the characters after this mission on the ship. On the Normandy.
The appeal of winter wears thin very quickly.
I disagree. I mean, that's what everyone who visits Minnesota tells me, but I'm happy when we get like 6 months of winter. All right, so secure lab, that's where we were. I want to connect up with here just to see if there's anything down this way. So we'll start going there. Okay. And is this going to unlock now? Yeah, so this is where we were before. That was locked before. This should go to the hot labs, and yep. Okay, and both of those are closed now. Oh, goodbye, Pigeon. Pigeon had enough. My cat had enough. Alright, so we're going to head next north to the ventilation room, and it looks like it's pretty linear from there, at least down to the quarantine lab, and then to the mess hall. I mean, is there... what else is left here? Depart Rift Station. Yeah, so Depart Rift Station. So I think I could have done this. I'm guessing there's no more main stuff this way because it just tells me to depart, but there's definitely a whole other section of the Rift Station that I haven't explored. Gosh, now I wonder how much they'll have heard of this back in... what was I going to say? Back in Hanshan, in Port Hanshan. Wait. How do I get up there? Can I not get back to the ventilation room and the scientist barracks and not explore that whole area? Really? Just because I chose the... I was at a fork in the road. I could have gone down or I could have gone up, and I chose to go down. And it's punishing me for that? That can't be. That cannot be. That would be terrible design. If I must be missing something. I have to be missing something. I don't think I've been to the scientist barracks and to the quarantine lab, have I? Can I... What? Why is this locked now? There's an enemy over there. What direction is that? Yeah, there's stuff over here. There's stuff in the ventilation room. There's a whole wing here. I got to be missing something. I have to be missing something. They wouldn't do that. Yeah, that was just frustration speaking. That wasn't... I didn't think that would actually do anything. Is there like a master lock here? Like, can I unlock stuff from here?
All targets down.
It's really shepherding me out. It's really telling me I can't explore the rest of this place. Are you serious? I'm incredibly annoyed right now. If that's the case, and please, because I don't want to, I'm going to withhold judgment for now. I'm going to assume that there's something away I'm not seeing that's going to give me the chance to loop around or something. But if there's not, if I'm missing something and if I'm not missing anything, and I really just had to know that this would lock me out, and I had to explore this first because this door would lock behind me, I'm going to be super salty. I'm already salty. Maybe I can leave and come back, and it'll be open again. We'll see. There's probably nothing even down there, but they mentioned the Volus engineer. All right, we'll take the tram to the central station, and we'll come back. There's that Volus scientist they told me about. Was that a trick? Novaria smuggling, Novaria espionage. Was it not part of the mission? Was it not? Someone told you using the hot labs. All right, we completed that. What about the other? Novaria the hot lab? contamination. Unseal it. Reconnect landlines, reactor, Lurkeen. Something's off. That's it. Oh,
What's our
fuck.
next move, Commander? Head for the Mu relay?
So I really couldn't explore that whole section. There's a whole, like, half of the place that I didn't get to explore. Okay, I'll get over it now. I'm not going to get over it, but I'll stop talking about it now. But I'm pissed at that. If that's one of those game design things where you pick a place and all of a sudden you're locked into that method with no warning that you'd be locked in there. That I'm happy they've done away with in more recent games by saying, like, are you sure you want to do this? Because once you do here, you won't be able to return. And, okay, anyway. What's our next move, Commander? Head for the Mu relay. Mu relay.
The Mu relay could link to dozens of systems.
That's right.
Unless we know exactly where Saren's going, we'd just be wasting our time.
The commander is right. We cannot rush off blind. We still need to learn more about Saren.
Who put you in charge? Did the commander resign when I wasn't looking?
I really want to do this option, but I'll avoid that. I'll avoid the bottom options as much as sometimes I want to.
We're all on the same team here, Williams. She's just trying to help.
Sorry, Commander.
I want to say don't let it happen again. Like, that's not okay.
Crew, dismissed.
Novaria report is away, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Yeah, sure. Because I don't think I
Patch
can
him
come
through,
back to
Joker.
these.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Is this report accurate, Commander? You found Rachni on Novaria?
I did.
Then release the Queen. Do you have any idea what you've done? How many generations until they overrun the galaxy?
Yeah, I'm confident they won't.
This queen is different. She understands why her kind had to be wiped out last time.
They're going to say it's a
around.
trick, but I don't think it is.
I hope you're right, Shepard. Our children's children will pay the price if you're not.
We'll be waiting for your next report, Commander.
They could pay. It's risky, that's true, but given everything I'm not unhappy that they reacted that way. Given everything we knew about the Rachni, this is major information they didn't have. And major, like, it could be the Queen was just telling me what I wanted to hear to let her out, but I don't think that's the case. Like, if it is, well played, my bad, they're going to overrun civilization, but I don't think that's the case. And they said you're going to reap our children's children will pay the price, but if the Rachni survive and thrive as, like, seeing all the colors of the rainbow or whatever, and, like, as a peaceful advanced civilization, our children's children will reap the benefits too. It's not a risk-free solution, but it's not a benefit-free solution either for us.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, so I'm going to
President.
talk
Yes,
to the
ma'am.
main characters here and see if anything else jumps out at me. See if new conversation comes up. Especially, yeah, so Geth Attack is the only other main quest for right now. We have some other stuff to explore even in this system. But we'll talk to some of the main story people first.
Boy, am I glad to be off of Novaria. I don't know which was worse, the cold or the corporations. One will freeze your balls off, the other will sell them out from under you. With all due respect, Commander.
Nope,
I have to go.
I think you're right.
See ya.
Let me see, can I return to Novaria? Let me test that out. Even if I can, I'm not going to do it just yet, but I want to make sure I can. I think I can.
Good timing, Commander. We got a transmission coming in from the Citadel. Top priority clearance.
Is it the ambassador?
It's not his signature. I think it's from the Council. I'll patch it through to the comm room.
Okay.
Commander Shepard, we've received information that may be critical to your mission against Saren.
I'll take all the help I can get.
We've received an urgent message from one of our infiltration regiments in the Traverse.
You mean spies?
Spectres tend to attract attention, Commander, but they are only one arm of the Council.
Good.
Special task groups are often a better option for monitoring developing situations.
That makes sense.
We currently have several infiltration units scattered throughout the border regions of Citadel space. This particular unit was gathering intel on Saren.
What did they find?
Unfortunately, the message we received was little more than static. The infiltration team must be in a situation where they can't set up proper interstellar communications.
Okay, I'm on my way.
But the message was sent on a
Eventually.
channel reserved for mission-critical communications. Whatever they were trying to tell us, we know it was important. Considering your interest in Saren, we thought you might want to investigate this. Find out what happened to our team. The signal originated from the planet Vermeer.
I'll look into it.
The Council prefers not to become involved in the specifics of Spectre activities. We only want you to be aware of all your options, including Vermeer.
That makes
Good
it sound
luck,
like
Commander
a...
Shepard. We will keep you advised if we learn anything else.
That makes it sound like a side task instead of a full main quest. No, it's a main quest. Vermeer. Head to Vermeer and rendezvous with the Solarian team. You receive word that the Solarian reconnaissance team on Vermeer has information about Saren. The message was unclear and the Council fears the team's in danger. What's race against time, though? Saren is searching for the Conduit, an ancient relic dating back to the Prothean extinction. Though the visions burned into your mind by the beacon on Eden Prime, you believe the Conduit is a weapon capable of wiping out all life in the galaxy. Saren must be stopped. Explore Pharos, Noveria, and the Artemis Tau cluster in Vermeer to find the clues that will lead you to the Conduit before Saren. Okay. Wait. Artemis Tau cluster. Okay. Okay. What just popped up? Council races, Solarian special task forces. We already know that the Solarians are like the political intrigue race. Solarian intelligence field agents are grouped into an organization called the Special Tasks Group. STG operators work in independent cells, performing dangerous missions such as counterterrorism, infiltration, reconnaissance, assassination, and sabotage. Very 007. I like them. The STG is a proactive organization, puncturing worrisome trends before they become movements. At any time, a dozen groups are operating covertly within the lawless Terminus system, sowing dissent among the various factions. Civilian... Oh, so this is... Okay. Yeah, this is very counter... Oh, this is really cool. Civilian analysts also note how troublesome hinge point individuals in Terminus frequently meet unexpected deaths. Yeah, that... Okay, go STG. STG operators are feared throughout the galaxy for their clear-eyed, remorseless practicality. They're willing to do whatever it takes to achieve their mission, even if it kills civilians or results in their team's own destruction. In many ways, they are akin to the Council Spectres. What's the difference, I guess? Is that they're more subtle generally, and they're kind of more in the background? Recently, a number of STG cells have been... It also sounds like there's more of them. There's just quantity, there's more of them. Recently, a number of STG cells have been redeployed from Solarian Union. It's assumed they are in the Terminus and Attican Traverse, investigating reports of Geth activity beyond the Perseus Veil. Okay. More stuff?
Vermeer is a lush world located on the frontier of the Attican Traverse. Its vast seas and orbital position on the inner life zone have created a wide equatorial band of humid, tropical terrain. Only the political instability of the region has impeded efforts at colonization. Many times the Citadel has opened negotiations to settle Vermeer with various criminal gangs and petty dictatorships in the nearby Terminus systems. All fell apart due to internal power shifts within the opposing parties. The Citadel has written off the colonization of Vermeer as impossible without significant political change. The Terminus powers themselves are unlikely to ever settle Vermeer. Most lack the resources to support settlement of a virgin world, finding it more expedient to steal from their neighbors than build for themselves.
That last part especially sounds like propaganda. I'm curious to hear from people who live in the Terminus system themselves. And it might be true, but that's a loaded codex. So let me see again if we can land on Noveria. We can't. Fuck. We're locked out of Noveria. I'm sorry. I don't mean to curse especially about something as silly as that. And that was the last thing in this system, right? Yeah. Okay, so after this, we'll head to Asteroid X57, I guess. And this is something I was told was DLC, that my friend told me was DLC. But maybe I'll just do it next. Or I'll look for other stuff next. I don't know. Artemis Tau. Which is Artemis Tau? Sparta. Yeah, we already explored that. I guess we already did main story stuff there. I have a really bad memory of... I guess we could check it here. Is there anything from Artemis Tau? I don't know. Oh, that was the Find Liara. That was Find Liara. Okay, that was the first. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. I'm sure, by the way, I'm sure that the only thing I missed out on there was maybe like a mini side quest or some weapons or armor, which I'll probably not use. It still makes me annoyed. And if I couldn't go there at all, that makes me annoyed too, because I don't know, I feel like it should be clear about what I can and can't do. If I couldn't do that at all. Okay. How you doing, Kaidan?
Commander, do you have a minute?
Oh. Yeah, what's up?
I always make time for my officers.
Off the record, I think there's something wrong here. This Saren is looking for a lost mass relay to who knows where, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
That's a good point. I mean, I think the Council's giving us support by sending a Spectre in against him, but... No, I don't think it's a good point. They're already using the super spies, the Super Solarian Spy Group, the STG, to research them. They're sending me against them. It's not like they're blockading me. I want to say don't worry about it because... I mean, clearly there's something... Clearly, I mean, the way it's set up in gameplay-wise, I mean, it seems like he's clearly right. Like, he's clearly positioned to be right. Like, the answer of don't worry about it, it's fine, is probably the wrong answer, but that's what I kind of feel. I feel like we're kind of... I don't think that there's something indicating what he's saying. On the other hand, Saren has friggin' mind control. Let's go with I hear you, then.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but...
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. I mean, it's funny, we finally get out here, and the final frontier was already settled. And the residents don't even seem impressed by the view. Or the dangers.
A cute way to look at it, or the old-fashioned view. I don't like any of these three options. I'll just go with the more positive one, but neither of them really.
Well, you're a romantic. Did you sign on for the dream, Malenko? Secure a man's future.
Oh, that's what he meant.
Yeah, I read a lot of those books when I was a kid, where the hero goes to space to prove himself worthy of a woman he loves, or, you know, for justice.
The less interesting
Maybe
one.
I was a romantic in the beginning, but I thought about it after brain camp. Biotic acclimation and temperance training.
Brain camp.
I'm not looking for the dream. I just want to do some good. See what's out here.
That's fair.
Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
Nah, you're good.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled.
Indeed.
There are worse results of accidental exposure to Element Zero in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
Yes, it does. Holy shit. And I think I'm in that same position, right? Like Jane Shepard is in that same position. I think she is.
Is there some question about how you were exposed?
My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before there were human biotics. A little after the discovery of the Martian ruins.
I forgot how new those are,
it only gets
biotics.
iffy around 63 when Kinetics was running out of first-gen subjects. Until then, they'd relied on accidentals. Bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades.
It was
on
by
the
like Pluto,
termination
right?
shock, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle that'd get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and Kinetics kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
Time to get physical then? Wait, what? We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform, and Kinetics kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks. As I think I mean, are these saying time to talk then, or time to get physical, like you're doing leaks right now? I don't get this.
And you must have had plenty of time to get to know each other.
Oh, there's time. There was time to talk. Not it's time now to talk.
Play cards or network games. There was this girl named Rana who had a little circle grow up around her. She was from Turkey. Her family was very rich, but she was smart and charming as hell. Beautiful, but not stuck up about it. Like you, I guess. Ma'am.
By the way, I could see where this is going. I am not going for a Kaidan romance arc. Sorry. I'll go with this because this is like, and again, this is not crossing any boundaries. This is just kind of helping an officer expresses whatever, but yeah, I'm not going for a Kaidan romance arc. It's not something that interests me.
Sounds like she was special to you.
She was. Maybe she felt the same. But things never felt together. Training, you know.
Intentional exposures.
Do you know of any intentional exposures for certain?
No one knows. Doesn't mean they didn't happen.
I bet they did happen.
Exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. It was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything Kinetics did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts.
I'm saying that.
In retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
Jump Zero's a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids. Anyway, this was supposed to be a casual debrief, not a bull session about stuff that happened years ago.
Yeah, I'm interested.
I wanted to get to know you a little better. That's all. Thanks for the talk, Kaidan.
Well, you're welcome, ma'am. You, make a habit of getting this personal with everyone?
I want to say yes, but the yes option isn't here. Because I kind of do make it, like in this game, I think I do. I think that's my leadership style, but... And in kind of real life, I'd like that to be the case, too. Even if it's not the best, it's kind of what works for me. What do you think? I don't want to make it seem like I'm coming on to him. I'm trying to avoid the bottom options, but like I'd rather say to some degree here than, because what do you think sounds like the flirty option? No, just you sounds like the flirty option too, so I'm going to go with the non-flirty option.
Of course, but I don't enjoy it with everyone. We'll talk again later.
Oh, they're all flirty options.
I'll need some time to process.
That's not what I meant. I would. Ugh, okay.
Yeah, I'd like that.
No, don't. Fucking damn it. I'm terrible at this. Okay, anyway. Gagarin Station. Gagarin Station is the largest deep space station built by humanity, a Bernal sphere design with a 500-meter diameter habitable area. It was constructed beyond Pluto, nearly 80 astronomical units. For those of you who aren't astronomers like me, an astronomical unit, as I've learned from my education, is the distance between Earth and the Sun, just so you know. Nearly 80 astronomical units, or AUs as we call them, from Sol. Moving crew and material to this location bankrupted most of the backers. Oh, no shit. Yeah, that's far away. Gagarin was placed at the inner edge of the heliopause, the point at which the solar wind can no longer push back the interstellar medium. What's an interstellar medium? Oh, is that like just like a spaceship? Like a medium that helps you travel between stars? Is that just an interstellar medium is just like the station? So there was just The inner edge of the heliopause. So it does. I've heard of solar wind, but I don't know what it actually is. Like, if you're far enough away from Pluto's heliopause. Oh no, the heliopause must not be related to Pluto. It must be related to the sun. I mean, the name is Helio, and that's sun-related. And so heliopause must be like the part of, must be like just before the edges of the galaxy, or not the galaxy, of the solar system. That's my guess. And that solar wind is some force that emanates from the sun, that, or from stars, or in this case the sun, that pushes against or moves objects in space, and the heliopause is like the boundary of where it stops. Okay, gotcha. I mean, I don't know if I got you, but that's my guess. It was built to test a number of faster-than-light drive principles that theoretically could only occur in this interstellar space. The station was nicknamed Jump Zero, as it was intended to be the jumping-off point for humanity's expansion into the galaxy. Shortly after the station was completed, the Prothean ruins were discovered on Mars, rendering the entire effort moot. Okay. After struggling to make a profit for a decade, Gagarin was sold to the Systems Alliance in 2159 for a fraction of its construction costs. The Alliance refurbished it as a research and training center for the recently discovered biotic phenomenon. That makes sense, it was repurposed. Okay. In 2169, the biotic acclimation and training program was shut down, and Gagarin became a general research facility. Its remote location and intentional isolation from the extranet makes it popular for dangerous research, particularly in the field of artificial intelligence. Humanity's first stable AI, the Alliance-sponsored ELIZA, achieved sapience at Gagarin in 2172. Have we heard about ELIZA before? I know, so I don't remember what happened with AIs. I know that there's laws strictly regulating them right now because of the, I don't know if it's because of the Geth or because of something else. And so I don't know if, like, ELIZA became humanity's Skynet, or he became humanity's Geth and was just shut down before it could do too much, or what. Anyway, today Gagarin Station has a permanent population of approximately 9,000. A plan has been proposed to move it to the gravitationally stable barycenter point between Pluto and the Charon Relay, allowing it to serve as a gateway facility between the Sol and Arcturus systems. The high cost of safely moving its mass has delayed this indefinitely. Okay. Technology. Biotics training. And I assume again, I went through similar things as, because I'm a biotic. And so, again, Jane is a biotic. I am not a biotic because biotics aren't real, but Jane's a biotic, and so I assume she went through something similar to what, I was going to call him Oscar Isaac, of what Kaidan went through. Biotic implants and amplifiers only provide the potential to create coherent mass effect fields. Whether biotics can actually do so is largely determined by their training. Biotics must develop conscious control over their nervous systems, sending specific electrical impulses to the element 0 nodules embedded in their nerves. They're taught to use their implants and amps with biofeedback devices and physical mnemonics. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Okay. Specific gestures or muscle movements fire the... That's why they look like space wizards. Specific gestures or muscle movements fire the proper sequence of nerves to activate a certain skill. Okay. I like that. Canonics? I already forgot. I'm going to go with Canetics. Canetics Industries pioneered... Oh, I'm just hearing pitching at the litter box. Canetics Industries pioneered biotic training with the Biotic Acclimation and Temperance Training Program. Although Brain Camp did not achieve the desired results, many techniques taught there are still used today. Many human think tanks are trying to develop some form of biotic super soldier. That's not going to backfire. Most are benign efforts to create more flexible troops. Others less publicly known are unapologetic attempts to create Nietzschean supermen. Okay. Let's see. Communications. Real-time communication is possible thanks to networks of expensive mass relay comm buoys. No, wait, we already did that. I think we already saw that. Sorry. I got distracted by something in real life. Where to now? How are we on time? Oh, we're good on time. So is it just Ashley's up here too, isn't she? Thought Ashley was up here. Dr. Chakwas. Oh no, let's talk. Well, yeah, sure, let's talk to you.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
There's nothing.
We should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Liara, how you doing? You had a rough go of it. We just had to kill your mother. Sorry about that.
If you are here to talk about Benezia's death, you need not bother. She brought it upon herself.
I want to say you don't feel bad, but, like, I don't mean it as in, like, because it could come across as you should feel guilty. How could you not feel guilty? But I don't want to say, like, are you okay with it? So, let me go with the middle option. At least that kind of just rolls with what she said.
In the end, maybe she's better off now.
Maybe. She was a good person once, before she was twisted by Sovereign's power. Better to remember her as she used to be.
What did she mean, twisted by Sovereign's power? What am I forgetting about that? Is Saren the Sovereign?
The best of your mother lives on in you. Her determination, her intelligence, her strength.
That is kind of you to say. I appreciate your concern, but I am fine. Benezia chose her path, just as I have chosen mine. I am with you until the end, Shepard.
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
Yeah, I guess we're short-lived. An Asari, I mean, that's elves to humans, right?
We don't have the luxury of time. An Asari can live for 1,000 years. We're lucky if we hit 150.
That is true. At first I thought that was a weakness of your species. After spending time with you and your crew, however, I think it may actually be an advantage. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
Oh, intimidating. I guess that makes sense, but I'll ask more about it.
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want.
Well,
it is up
not
to people
wrong.
like you to change their minds, Shepard.
I'm trying.
I'm doing the best I can, Liara.
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer. I looked into your history. I know what happened on Akuz. The fact that you survived shows a remarkable strength.
I would say you could... I'll say you could have... Yeah, I'll go with the top option, because, I mean, it's... It's not... I think it's a public record. I don't think it's anything... I don't think she was, like, looking into my personnel file and confidential stuff. Like, she's not looking at my therapy notes or anything.
You didn't need to go behind my back. I would have told you whatever you wanted to know.
I apologize, Commander. After our last conversation, I was afraid I would say something stupid again.
You're good.
I wanted to know more about you. To understand what made you into the woman you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
Okay.
Are you sure you're interested in me? Or is it my visions of the Protheans?
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest. But it has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard. But I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Lieutenant Alenko.
You're female. Kaidan's special. Yeah, it's not serious. We're not... God, I hope this... No, there's nothing between us. There's literally nothing between us.
The lieutenant and I are just friends. Nothing more.
My mistake, then. I am not as adept at understanding human relationships as I thought.
Yeah, me neither.
But what about us, Shepard? Is there a mutual attraction, or was I wrong about that too?
Nope, you're right. I like the Asari scientist, sure. I'll be honest. I'm not... I like her. I think she's awesome. I'm going to see that you're going to try for this romance path. It's not... like, there's some games where I'll play it and there's a romance option and I'm just super... I'm just, like, super hyper into it. Like, I can't get over how awesome they are and all that sort of stuff. And, like, for instance, Sarah in Final Fantasy, Sarah in Dragon Age Inquisition totally fits that. Meryl in Dragon Age Inquisition, or Dragon Age 2, totally fits that. Isabel sort of fit that, but not quite as much as Meryl. It was really Meryl. Dragon Age 1 Leliana, absolutely. I'll go with this, but it's not the same thing. Like, I think she's fine, but it's not. It doesn't have the same. Yeah, I don't feel the same. God, it's weird to talk about it. I'm so bad about talking about anything romantic, but like it's weird to talk about attraction this way. But like it's especially when it's video game characters. But like, yeah, I don't think Liara is in. Maybe it'll change, but Liara is not close to Sarah or Meryl or Leliana tier for me, or even Cullen. Was it Cullen who was the king? What's his name? I'm actually Googling this right now. Dragon Age Origins party members. Alistair, not Cullen. Oh, who's Cullen? I don't know where I got the name Cullen from, but yeah, even Alistair was like right up there. Anyway.
No, you were right. There is something between us.
I knew it, and I knew you felt it too. But does this not seem rather strange? Why do I feel so close to you? We have only known each other a short time.
I think that's the problem
two
here also.
Species. We have almost nothing in common. This makes no sense.
I think they're actually, it's kind of, I know that she's saying like, there's something kind of meta here in that, like, I think probably the reason this doesn't feel as strong as some of the other romances I've seen is that, like, this is, like, the third conversation I've had with her. But I know, that, again, this is an earlier BioWare game, so stuff in the future might get better developed as things go on.
These things never make sense. They just happen and we get swept up in the storm.
They do often make sense, to be honest. They do.
Chaotic. So dangerous.
It makes sense with... It made sense with Sarah. It gets... Usually BioWare builds this up really well. Like, the pacing is good. The pacing here feels a bit fast. I'll protect you.
Don't tell me a little danger puts you off.
This is all a bit overwhelming. I am not used to this. I need some time.
Take all the time you need, Liara. I'll be here.
Thank you, Shepard. Let's just talk about something else for now.
Yeah, let's talk about your monstrous mother who died after she was being mind-controlled, a lighter topic.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
Benezia was swept up in events beyond her control and lost herself. She fell under the spell of indoctrination and became part of the very thing she wanted to stop. But I will remember and honor how she lived, not how she died.
Yeah, she was mind-controlled.
My mother was strong, kind, and beautiful. And now she is gone.
Like, it really... This comes up when I think about... For any of you who watch the show Angel, or Buffy, basically these are shows about vampires, and... vampires and vampires. In the universe, when someone becomes a vampire, they're basically possessed. Their soul is changed, their soul is taken over so that it's like a demon inside them. And what pisses me off about that show, I love it. I love Buffy, I love Angel probably even more, the show. But what pisses me off about it is seeing that, like, after someone who was a good person before they became a vampire, the demon takes them over, and then they go around, on a mass murder killing spree. Like, they're punished for those sins. The person afterwards, like, is punished for those sins. And that doesn't make any sense to me. It's like someone's wearing their suit, wearing them as a suit and using them, and then their souls get punished and they have to atone for it. Like, I don't think someone in that position needs to atone at all. And it sounds in this case like it's the same sort of thing. Like, she didn't have any control. I don't think, I could be misunderstanding this, but it sounded like she did not have any control once Saren took her over. So yeah, it was all Saren's fault.
Are you gonna be okay?
You are kind to ask, Shepard. I do miss her, and I grieve for what happened to her. But I will not let my grief interfere with what we are trying to accomplish.
I'd
Sorry,
like to know
culture.
more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Have we already done this conversation?
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are...
Oh,
we
yeah, no,
still
we've done
require a
this, we've done
partner
this.
to reproduce.
I should go.
Okay.
Goodbye, Shepard.
So, Codex. Asari religion. The pantheistic mainstream Asari religion is Siari, which translates roughly as all is one. The faithful agree on certain core truths. The universe is a consciousness. Every life within it is an aspect of the greater whole. Certainly a very Asari view in terms of their lifespan. Very kind of long term. I guess most religions' intent should be long term, though. And death is a merging of one's spiritual energy back into the greater universal consciousness. Seerists don't specifically believe in reincarnation. They believe that spiritual energy returned to the universal consciousness upon death will eventually be used to fill new mortal souls. Okay, so it's not reincarnation, like it's not Bob comes back and is Bob again. It's Bob dies and Bob's energy is almost like recycled and processed into someone new. Siari became popular after the Asari left their homeworld and discovered their ability to meld with nearly any form of life. That makes sense. This ability is seen as proof that all life is fundamentally similar. Siari priestesses see their role as promoting unity between the disparate shards of the universe's awareness. I like this religion. Before the rise of Siari pantheism, Asari religions were as diverse as their political opinions. The strongest survivors of those days is the monotheistic religion worshipping the goddess Dathame. Like the Asari, the goddess cycles through the triple aspects of maiden, matron, and matriarch. Is Athame the sovereign? I don't know. Okay, that's going to be it for me for now. I will call it here, and next time we'll continue talking to people aboard the ship. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all later. Okay. Bye-bye.